ships and seeds. It has a nice ring to it. We see Jesus getting on boats. We see him teaching parables, and often this seed, or just, this is very ordinary life. He's using what's around him, both literally to preach from boats, as well as to teach. And he's teaching in parables. I think a good series of questions to ask ourselves as we go into this lesson. You're right, this is about Jesus' technique, his teaching technique. What is Jesus teaching? How is he teaching? And why is he teaching that way? Those are the kind of the questions that we want to explore. So if you kind of come to that, it's helpful. When we left off, we see Jesus healing a man's hand on the Sabbath, and the leaders of Israel are already looking how they might accuse him, that they might kill him. They're already thinking, how can we kill this man? Mark, in just a couple chapters, has built a tremendous amount of tension. Of all the Gospels, and this is why we talk about Mark as the suffering servant, this sense of Jesus's mission to come as a ransom for many, he'll say in chapter 10, verse 45, to go to the cross. This is framing, this suffering and the tension we see already with a rejection from Israel and their leaders, particularly at this point, even seeking to kill him. We see this tension, and we even see it in this ships and seeds lesson that's going to cover a good part of chapter 3 and in chapter 4. There's a lot happening here, but if we kind of step back, we can get a beautiful picture of it, that Jesus is calling disciples to himself. He's teaching in parables. In a way, you might say to separate the sheep from the goats, if you will. He'll tell a parable, and we see this distance with Jesus' teaching. It's like he wants to keep people recognize the distance between the multitudes and then the disciple who he brings near to him. At the same time, he doesn't want that distance to remain, but there's that distance there until someone accepts and decides to be a disciple and to believe and to repent and to follow him. So we have this picture of Jesus telling a parable, and then his disciples coming to him later saying, "What are you talking about?" And Jesus says, "He that has ears, let him hear." He wants you to come near and say, "What do you mean?" The parables, of course, are pictures of the kingdom. This is pictures of the king. He's wanting to reveal what the kingdom is about in these teachings. But it's given to the disciples to know the mysteries of the kingdom, and to them it's not. We have right in the midst of all this, these references to seeds. I think the seed is maybe his favorite metaphor when he's talking about what the kingdom looks like. I think this is indicative of who Jesus is, what his ministry is all about, what the kingdom and what discipleship looks like. Here we see Jesus later on talking to his disciples, gathering the disciples to him. I think it's I just love this verse, it's 3:14, and he ordained 12 that they should be with him. Here's a picture of the seed, if you will. It's small, it's intimate, you're brought near to the king. This is what discipleship looks like. The crowds are within voice, they're within eyeshot, if you will, but his words are meant to draw them closer if they will come. If they don't respond to the word, the seed, then you're going to see them continue to be part of this multitude that's at a distance. And him getting on boats sort of illustrates this distance too. The crowd's pressing, he gets on a boat, moves a little bit away from them.